Bismillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi yassir wa la tu'assir wa tammim bil khair. We have just a small review of what we learned yesterday, especially about the detached object pronoun and the 5 places where it is used. When it means the pronoun that is detached, ضمير منصوب منفصل, comes ahead of the verb. So generally we know that the pronoun or the damir, it comes after the verb, as we can see over here, na'budu ka. But if we want to bring ka ahead of the verb, then what do? We use iyyaka na'budu, as we have in Surah Al-Fatiha, iyyaka na'budu, only you we worship. So that's the first place where we can use this detached object pronoun, and we can use it if we bring it ahead of the verb. That's number one. Number two, when it comes as an object of a masdar. So when this detached pronoun, when it is used as an object of the masdar, and we can see that masdar is over here, which is used as mudaf. So there are two conditions that we should have. Number one, it should be masdar, and number two, it should be used as mudaf. As we can see over here, ziyaratul mudiri iyana. So we can see over here that ziyaratu is masdar and it is used as mudaf, and al-mudir is mudaf ilayh, and iyana is the detached pronoun. Then the third possibility is when it comes after illa, la na'budu illa iyyah. And the fourth one is when it comes after harfu atfin, like wow or thumma or aw or any other harfi atf, yukhrajuna ar-rasula wa iyyakum. So we can see over here it comes after illa, and here it comes after harfi atf. And the last one is when two attached pronouns of the same person come together. As we know that we have the third person and the second person and the first person. So if we have two pronouns and they are from the same person, for example, we have hu and ha, as we know that these are the third persons, and then it's not possible to use them together. So what we have to use? We have to use iyyaha or iyyahu. A'taytuhu iyyaha. I gave it to him. So these are the 5 possibilities that we discussed in the previous lesson, and I believe it's a good review. And the reason why we need to review is because the next, all of the most of the exercises that we have will be based on this idea. So I hope inshallah this idea is clear now. Let's do the exercise now. Qaddim. And we know qaddama yuqaddimu taqdiman is to bring something forward. Qaddim al-maf'ula bihi. So we have to bring forward. What do we have to bring forward? The object maf'ul bihi. Ala al-fi'li, to the verb. Fi kulli jumlatin mimma ya'ti, in each of the following sentences. And the translation here, it says rewrites the following sentences, placing the pronoun of nasb before the verb in each of them. So we have to place them before the verb. Example, na'buduka. And if we want to bring the detached pronoun, then we have to use iyyaka na'budu. Okay, what about nasta'inuka? So what will be the answer for nasta'inuka? We have to bring forward the object. So nasta'inu, we know that we have the subject, plus we have the verb, and then ka is the object. Now, as we discussed that generally the attached pronoun, it comes after the verb. But what we need to do, we need to bring it before the verb. So what do we say? We will say iyyaka nasta'in. So it changes into iyyaka nasta'in. Only you we ask for help. Nastaghfiruka. We want to say that we only ask your forgiveness, or we only seek your forgiveness. So we will say iyyaka nastaghfiru. Iyyaka nastaghfiru. Only you we ask for forgiveness. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ra'aytuhu. I saw him. Now you want to say I only saw him. So how would we say? We will say Iyahu ra'aytu. How would we say? Iyahu ra'aytu. I saw only him. Then we have anadaitani ya ustadu. Nada yunadi munadiyatan is to call. Did you call me, O teacher? And now you want to say, did you call me, or did you call me only, or did you only call me? So how will we say? Iyaya. Yes. Yeah. Iyaya nadaita ya ustadu. Iyaya nadaita ya ustadu. Now you're saying that, teacher, did you call me, or did you only call me? And then we have tatalubuha al-mudiratu. Now we have feminine here, ha, and also the verb is for the feminine, and al-mudira is also feminine. Of course, when the doer is feminine, then the verb has to be feminine. The headmistress wants to see her.
Iyaha tatlubul mudira.
Excellent. Iyaha tatlubul mudiratu. Perfect. Then we have sa'alahum al-mudiru. And when we connect hum with al, we will say sa'alahumul mudiru. The manager asked them. And we want to say that the manager asked only them.
Iyahum sa'alal mudiru.
Excellent. Iyahum sa'alal mudiru. Very good. Okay, then we have ta'ammal al-mithala. Now we have to reflect on the example. ثم حول الجمل الآتية. Then we have to convert the following sentences, as we know, حول يحول تحويلا and تأمل يتأمل تأملا. Now, inshallah, I'm sure that you are able to understand which bab it is and what characteristic does it have. حول الجمل الآتية على غرارها, on the same pattern. مستعملا إلا, by using إلا. مستعملا is al-hal, and that is the only thing I would say, or this is one of the things that is left, inshallah, which we will do in the next two lessons. Tamiz and hal. Rewrite the following sentences using illa as shown in the example. Ra'aytuhu, and you want to say ma ra'aytu illa iyyahu. Ra'aytuhu, I saw him. Ma ra'aytu illa iyyahu, I did not see anyone else except him. Or I didn't see anyone but him. Na'buduhu, now we want to say we don't worship anyone else except him, Azza wa Jal.
La na'budu illa iyyahu.
Excellent. Ma na'budu illa iyyahu. Yeah, because the pattern here, it says ma and illa. So that we have to follow the pattern. So it is ma and illa. And there is also the combination of la and illa, but we know that with the past tense, so here we have to use the construction of ma and illa. Yuhibbuni al-mudarrisu. The teacher likes me.
Ma yuhibbu
al-mudarrisu. Excellent.
iyaya.
Illa iyaya.
Yeah.
Excellent. Ma yuhibbu al-mudarrisu illa iyaya. And the teacher doesn't like anyone else except me, or except for me. Da'ana al-mudiru, the manager called us.
Da'al mudiru, sorry, ma da'al mudiru iyana illa iyana.
Illa iyana. Excellent. Ma da'al mudiru illa iyana. Excellent. The manager did not call anyone else except for us. And then we have aqabahum al-mudarrisu, the teacher punished them.
Ma aqabul mudarrisu illa iyyahum.
Excellent. Mumtaz. Ma aqab al-mudarrisu illa iyyahum. The teacher did not punish except them, or but them. So if you remember, like I think 2 lessons ago, we discussed that the combination of ma and illa is used for hasr, and similarly we have learned that the combination of la and illa is also used for hasr, and this is used a lot in the Quran. ضع في الفراغ فيما يأتي ضمير نصب منفصلا, and that here we go. Here we have to use the detached object pronoun. استعمل النوع المذكورة بين القوسين, and then we have to use the the pronoun that is mentioned in the brackets, as we can see over here. So we have here طلب المدير أحمد والمتكلم. متكلم means أنا ونحن. And because here we have singular, so we have to use the ضمير for singular. So طلب المدير أحمد وأنا, or yes, what should we use? ضمير نصب منفصلا. So we have to use the detached pronoun, which will be وإياي. What will be the answer? وإياي. And we know that after حرف عطف, what do we have to use after حرف عطف? We have to use the detached pronoun. So we will say طلب المدير أحمد وإياي. And the manager asked about me, or called me and Ahmed. Then we have سأل المدرس إبراهيم. Now we have ضمير المخاطب, the second person. So we have Ibrahim. So possibly we have Ibrahim, and then with the second person is maybe Anta, because we have ضمير المخاطب. So how do we say? سأل المدرس إبراهيم وإياك أسئلة صعبة. وإياك أسئلة صعبة. The teacher asked you and Ibrahim difficult questions. And then we have إن حامدا وضمير المتكلم. Again, we have to use the first person. So what do we say? إن حامدا وإياي ناجحان بتقدير ممتاز. Indeed, Hamid and me are the ones who succeeded with the excellent grades. Najihani for 2, and then we have بتقدير ممتاز with excellent grades. سأدعو المدرسين والضمير المخاطبين. مخاطبين يعني the second person for the plural. So you're saying that I will invite all the teachers, or I will invite my teachers and all of you for the feast, inshallah. مأدوبة is used for the وإياكم. Excellent. سأدعو المدرسين وإياكم إلى مأدوبة inshallah. I will invite the teachers and you all to the feast if Allah wills. أعرف أنك, I know that you, and now we have to use ضمير الغائب. Excellent. أعرف أنك وإياه مجتهدان. I know that you and him are hardworking. Now, what's the reason why we have to use the detached pronouns? What is the reason? In the beginning of the lesson, we discussed
because
about...
they are in the status of Nasab, Ustad.
In the beginning of the lesson, we have discussed 5 possibilities.
Yeah,
that
after Iya, mostly.
After إلا, after حرف عطف. حرف عطف. Wow. So when do we use them? We have discussed about the 5 possible places where we can use them. And one of them...
With the state.
Oh my God, you forgot so fast.
No, Ustad, like after harf of atf and the
yeah.
illa,
After
and
illa.
nouns and verbs and...
No, after the verbs, we can only use after the verbs if we want to bring them ahead of the verb, right? Because generally we use them after the verb, for example, na'buduka. But if we want to bring them ahead of the verb, then we will say iyaka na'budu. Yeah. And when 2 pronouns of the same person come together, for example, who, so you cannot use them together. So you cannot say ataytuhu, you have to say ataytuhu iyahu, I gave it to him. And the most important is when the masdar is used as, it is used as amil, and also it is used as mudaf and mudaf ilayh. When the masdar is used as mudaf, then the object pronoun will also be used as detached pronoun. For example, ziyaratul mudiri iyana. And we have it over here. حول الجملة الآتية على غرار المثال مستعملا المصدر. Now we have to change the sentences on the pattern of the example that we have over here by using what? By using al-masdar. Okay. So it says, ننتظر أن يزورنا المدير. We will wait for the headmaster to visit us.
مصدر مؤول.
ننتظر زيارة المدير إيانا. We will wait for the headmaster to visit us. But here, because we have masdar and after that it is used as mudaf. So after the masdar, when it is used as mudaf, then we have to use the detached pronoun. And if you see over here, ziyaratu is mudaf and al-mudir is mudaf ilayh. Similarly, ziyaratu is masdar and the masdar has fa'il as well. It has the doer as well. And then after that, we have to bring the detached pronoun damir mansub munfasil, and that will be used as maf'ul bihi. So this is a breakdown. Masdar, fa'il, damir mansub, munfasil, mudaf, mudaf ilayh, and maf'ul bihi. So this is very important construction. That's why I decided to just break it into different parts so we can understand it clearly. And yesterday or in the previous lesson, I gave you example from Surah Maryam, verse number 2. Does anyone remember? Dhikru rahmat rabbika abdahu Zakariya. Abdahu. So if you see abd, it has fatha. So why does it have fatha? Because dhikru is used as mudaf and it is used as amil. So now we know that the masdar can also function as amil, and it can give the verb it can give also, it can make it can have its own object, and it can use it as maf'ul bihi. So here ziyaratu is masdar, al-mudir is fa'il, and iyana is maf'ul bihi, as we can see over here. It could be slightly new construction, and as I mentioned in the previous lesson, that we don't really find lots of examples of this in the books of Sarf and Nahv, but we do find examples of this in the Quran. So whenever you see that there is a masdar and after masdar, maf'ul bihi is mansub, that means masdar is being used as amil. Amil, yes. Okay. Now we have nuridu an yukhrijahu al-mudarrisu min al-fasli. We want the teacher to send him out of the classroom. Could be some reason. Yukhrij, to send someone out, right? Akhraja yukhriju ikhrajan. We don't really want to say kick him out of the classroom. Yeah, so we want the teacher to send him out of the classroom. Okay. Now, akhraja yukhriju ikhraj. Now we have to use ikhraj, right? We have to use what? So we have to use the masdar. So nuridu ikhraja.
Ikhraja mudarrisi.
Excellent. Ikhraj al-mudarrisi. Iya. Excellent. Who? Yeah, here. Iyahu, right? Excellent. So nuridu ikhraj al-mudarrisi iyahu. We want the teacher to send him out of the classroom. Now, why ikhraja is mansub? Why is it mansub?
Because nurid is the fail file is there.
Excellent, very good. Yeah. So nuridu is fail file. So ikhraja is maf'ul bihi for nuridu, right? So now we have to learn how to break our sentences into different parts when we are analyzing the sentence. So first,
it can be anything. Yeah, the masdar can be anything.
Yes. So here, basically, this part we will say fail. We have fail file plus maf'ul bihi, right? So this part. So nuridu ikhraja, we want the exit, okay? And then if we break the part sentence from here to here, and then it becomes ikhraj al-mudarrisi iyahu, we want the teacher to send him out of the classroom. And the reason why we have to bring here iyahu, because we can see that here we have masdar being used as amil, and it is used as mudaf, and here mudaf ilayh is the file, and this is maf'ul bihi. So mudaf has the doer as well. So this is mudaf plus it functions as the verb, right? And this is the doer, and then the next one is maf'ul bihi, the receiver of the action. Uhibbuka akthara mimma tuhibbuni. I like you more than you like me. Okay. Habba. Okay, this is basically ahabba yuhibbu ihbaban. However, in Arabic, the masdar that is used is hubbun. Instead of ihbab, the most common masdar that is used in the Quran or it is used in Arabic is hubbun and also mahabbatun. Hubbun is the most common one. Okay, uhibbuka akthara mimma tuhibbuni. I like you more than you like me.
أحبك
You want to say my liking of you. So hubbi iyaka aktharu min hubbika iyaya. Okay, so it's slightly complex. So hubbi iyaka, my liking of you or my love for you, aktharu min hubbika iyaya is more than your liking or your love for me. Yeah. So now, mashallah, I was like really thinking like, do we really need to do the pronouns? We have learned a lot about them, but after doing this lesson, we do realize that we need to practice a lot about this as well, because this, this like the detached pronouns are used a lot in the Quran. So inshallah, after doing this lesson, I'm very sure that our understanding will increase a lot. Okay, if that's the case, then what we will do now, أجب عن الأسئلة الآتية على غرار المثالي. And now we have to answer the questions based on the pattern. أين كتاب المدير? Where is the book of the teacher? أعطيته إياه. I gave it to him. First, we use the pronoun for the person or for the noun, and then we use it for the thing. For example, first, what do we have? We have the manager, and then we have the book. So first we will use for the person, and then we will use for the thing.
Book.
Yeah, for the book. So أين كتاب المدير? أعطيته إياه. I gave it to him. In English translation, I mean book comes first, but in Arabic the person comes first, and then we use the thing. أين مجلة المدرس? Where is the magazine of the teacher? You want to say I gave it to him. Excellent. أعطيته إياها. Very good. So why do we say ha? Because majalla is feminine, so that's why we have to say إياها. أين قلم الأخت? Where is the book of the sister?
أعطيتها إياه.
Excellent. Yeah. أعطيتها إياه. So now we see that ha refers to the sister, and hu refers to the iyahu refers to the pen. So if we focus on this rule, inshallah, the exercise will be much easier for us to do. Yes, next one, please.
أين دفاتر الطلاب? That is أعطيتهم
Excellent.
إياها.
Very good.
No,
Very good.
surely.
La iyaha, la. The
Okay,
fatir is the
okay, got it.
plural of daftar, right? So it will be feminine, yeah. So أعطيتهم إياها. I gave it to them. Okay, next one.
دفاتر الأخوات?
أخواتي, yes.
أخواتي. So أعطيتهن
Hunna, very good.
إياها.
إياها. أحسنتي, yeah. أعطيتهن إياها. I gave it to them. So hum, as we know, is used for masculine plural second person, and hunna is used for the feminine plural. Yeah.
أين حقيبة أمي؟ أعطيتها.
Yes.
أعطيتها إياها.
إياها. Okay. Why can I not say أعطيتها? What's wrong with that?
We cannot join two. There should be a separation between both.
Yeah, because if we have two pronouns of the same person, then we have to separate them.
It's one of the rules that we should use iya.
Yeah, excellent. أين برقية حامد? برقية, 2 telegrams of Hamid. What was the original form of برقية?
برقيتان.
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean this construction. Yes, exactly. So we have been discussing it like almost in every lesson for a long time now. So it was basically
Yeah.
بقيتان حامد, but we know that when we use the dual or the plural, when we use it as mudaf, then the noon gets dropped. Okay, now we have to use the ضمير for, yes.
هما
هما
أعطيته
إياهما. Excellent. Very good. أعطيته إياهما. So we know that who refers to Hamid and huma refers to barqiyata. We know for the feminine and for the masculine dual, we have to use the same huma. Okay. أين رسائل المدرسين؟
أعطيتهم إياها
إياها. أعطيتهم إياها. I gave it to them. And one of the reasons, like, I always want all of my students and myself as well to practice the dual as well, because generally in most of the books, we have lots of practice for the third person and also for the second and the first person. But for the dual, generally, we don't find a lot of practice. And even now we can see that when it comes to dual, we get slightly confused. So that's why, inshallah, I tried my level best from book 2 or even starting from book number 1 that we try to carry on with the dual as well. So inshallah, I'm sure now that we are getting hold of it now. Okay, next question number 9. Lots of exercises about the detached pronoun. أجب عن الأسئلة الآتية على غرار المثالي. Now we have to answer the questions on the same pattern as we have in the example. من علمك قيادة السيارة? Who taught you to drive the car? So we have قاد يقود قيادة. قيادة is basically the master, and that is driving. So who taught you driving, or who taught you how to drive a car? علمنيها. So it was علم, and then we have ya al-mutakallim, and we know that before ya al-mutakallim we have to use noon al-wiqaya, right? علمنيها أخي. My brother taught it to me. Or you want to say علمني إياها أخي. My brother taught it to me. Now, why do we have two possibilities over here?
One is for emphasize, one is for emphasize.
Okay, that's perfect. Yeah. But in the previous example, you told me we cannot say أعطيتها. We cannot use that. But here we can use
same.
because they're different pronouns.
Excellent. Here we have pronouns of the different persons, as we know that we have third person, second person, and first
But
person.
theirs
Right?
are the same category.
Yeah, but here they are different persons, because ya al-mutakallim is used for the first person and ha is used for the third person. So now we have different pronouns. So if we have different pronouns, then both of the possibilities are there. Wajab al-faslu wa wajab al-waslu, so that we can combine them and we can separate them. We learned it in the previous exercise.
But which one is more common, Ustad? The first one, right?
First one is common, yeah.
Yeah.
And if you want to sound more like Quraysh, or you want to sound more like, Fusha, then you can definitely use Allamani Iyaha Akhi. Yeah, this is the least common in everyday Arabic, but of course
But still,
it's
if you want to give emphasis, we can use this one again.
Of course, yeah, you will say Allamani Iyaha Akhi, and ha refers to qiyada, which is driving. Man a'taka hadha al-khatama? Who gave you this ring? You want to say, my father gave it to me. أعطاني
Abi.
أعطاني he, right? أعطاني he abi. Because we know that أعطى, generally it requires two objects. So you will say أعطاني he, right?
He.
Yeah. And abi will be the doer. So my father gave it to you, or you want to say أعطاني إياه abi. Excellent. So two possibilities are there. أعطانيه أبي and also أعطاني إياه أبي. It's a very old rule. I want to know if you remember or not. Why here the damir of ha, it has taken kasra? Why not
It just
fatha?
has to be with ya. It has to be because the ya, because it's more suitable.
Yeah,
So
if we have
phonetic, no?
if we have ya as sakina, before the damir of ha, and before that we have kasra, and then we have to put kasra. So there are two possibilities. For example, we say who, but if we have harf jar before it with kasra, then it becomes bihi, right? And similarly, when we want to say fi, he, then what we do, we can see that before he we have ya and it is sakin, and then there is a kasra before that. So there are only two possibilities, that who changes into he, and these two possibilities are over here. أعطانيه أبي وأعطاني إياه أبي. Okay. متى تعطيني هذا الكتاب? When will you give this book to me? I will give it to you, let's say tomorrow. I will give it to you. سأعطي أعطى يعطي ها سأعطي
Satotihu.
سأعطيك هو who I will give it to you, let's say غدا, tomorrow, or you will say سأعطيك إياها غدا, I will give it to you tomorrow. So سأعطيك, as we know, is the first object, and who is the second object. I will give it to you غدا, tomorrow. And you can also say سأعطيك إياها or إياه غدا, I will give it to you tomorrow. Okay, متى تريني بيتك? When will you show your house to me? Let me see. Ara, yuri, we have discussed a lot about this verb. So you say, I will show it to you after some time.
Urini.
I will show it.
سيريكه
Urika.
سيريكه غدا.
Okay, غدا أو بعد قليل. Yeah, very
Or
good.
otherwise سيريك
سأريك.
سأريك إياه. Yeah, bad. إياه
بعد
غدا.
قليل. Okay, excellent. So سأريكه بعد قليل, I will show it to you after a while. Or سأريك إياه بعد قليل, I will show it to you after a while. Now, I can see that we lack practice, like using. So now, alhamdulillah, you have got the idea, like you know all the conjugation and all the mechanisms. So the only thing that we need to do now is to practice, like how to use I will show it to you. So sa'urikahu or sa'urika iyahu ba'da qalilin. So we know that when you do the conjugation, you will know it. You will start from ara and yuri, and then you will continue with that. But when we are supposed to use it, then it becomes a little bit confusing. So I think we need more practice for that as well. And inshallah, we can do that after we complete this course, a little bit speaking as well. And here we have some speaking, tamrinun, shafawiyun. We have oral exercise. يقول طالب الآخر, or يقول طالب الآخر, the other student says, يريد فلان كتابك أو دفترك أو قلمك أفأعطيه إياه. So he says, like, so and so wants your book, shall I give it to him? And you say نعم أعطيه إياه, give it to him. And you say لا تعطيه إياه, don't give it to him. Here we have أعطيه and here we have تعطيه. Why do we have fatha here and here? Why do we have dhamma here?
Where is that?
Here it says نعم أعطيه إياه. And here we say لا تعطيه إياه.
Where fatha and dhamma is that?
Here Hamza has fatha, right? أعطيه, right? And here we have تعطيه.
Ata yuti. This is past. Ata yuti.
Look at the English. Give
Oh,
it
this
to
one
him.
is command.
Yeah, command. أجب عن الأسئلة الآتية. أجب. We know that the form number 4, it's the only form where we can make a command with fatha, right? أضيف, أجب. And when we make, when you prohibit someone from doing something, then we use the second person. So we say لا تعطيه إياه, don't give it to him. So when we use don't, when we have to use the present tense, right? So we say لا تعطيه إياه. And when you say yes, give it to him, you say نعم أعطه إياه. Yes, give it to him. And this is practice, oral practice, inshallah, and whenever we get some time, we should do it. Okay, we are almost there. Yusma'u raninul jarasi. The ringing of the bell is heard. Raninun masdaru ranna yarinnu. Ranin is the masdar of ranna yarinnu, to ring. Wahuwa ala wazni fa'ilin, and it's on the pattern of fa'il. Hati masadir al-af'al al-atiyati ala wazni fa'ilin. So now we need the objects, the masdar on the pattern of fa'il. So safara yasfiru, to whistle, and we have to provide a masdar on the pattern of fa'ilun.
Safir, Ustad, the one which you get in tajweed.
Safirun.
Yeah.
Yeah, safirun, exactly, in tajweed. Perfect, yes. So there are some letters, when we pronounce them, we have to have the sound of whistling. Excellent. Then we have shakhara yashkhiru, to snore. And
This one is shakhir.
shakhirun, yeah. Shakhirun, snoring, right? And then we have sahala yashilu, is to neigh. And
Sahil.
sahilun, excellent. Sahilun, perfect. Neighing, okay.
The neighing of the horses.
Yes. Then we have hati jama'a ad-durji wal khatam.
The Rajiu or something like that.
Af'alun, on the pattern of af'alun. Durjun, af'alun, yani. Yes.
Adrajun.
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 Adrajun, excellent.
Yeah,
And
Adrajun.
khatam, we have the plural on the pattern of mafa'ilu. Khatama, and then we have on the pattern of mafa'ilu.
Khawatim.
Khawatimu, excellent. Khawatimu, mafa'ilu. And we know that this pattern is mamnu min as-sarf. Khawatimu is mamnu min as-sarf. But af'alun is not mamnu min as-sarf. Af'alun, yani atfalun wa adrajun. But mafa'ilu is mamnu min as-sarf. Hatil madariya wal amra min al-af'al al-atiyati. And now we need the present tense and the command from the following verbs. Tadhakkara. Which verb form is this? 5. And what meaning? Tawakkala, ta'allama, tadabbara. Yes, very good.
Yata'allamu.
Yes, so tadhakkara. What will be the what will be madari? Yatadhakkaru. Okay.
Tazakkaru.
And what will be the fi'l al-amr?
Tazakkir.
Tadhakkar. It does not take kasra, okay? From number 5 and 6, they do not take kasra, except for ismul fa'il. For example, mutadhakkir, except for ismul fa'il, the rest of the forms, they do not take kasra. May it be madi, madari, or fi'l al-amr, al-fi'l al-nahi, they don't take kasra. From number 5 and 6. Then we have qada.
Yaqdi.
Yaqdi. Excellent. And what will be fi'l al-amr?
Yaqdi.
Yaqdi. Excellent. Very good,
Yaqdi.
mashallah. Qada yaqdi, yaqdi. Okay. And then we have basmala.
Yubasmilu.
Yubasmilu. Okay. To say bismillah. And what will be fi'l al-amr? Basmil. Excellent. We only change this fatha into kasra and we make the ending sakin. So it becomes basmil fi'l al-amr. So basmala, yubasmilu, basmalatan, to say bismillah. Okay, alhamdulillah. So this lesson was quite interesting. We have completed this lesson, and I think we don't really need examples from the Quran, because we have already discussed, I think, in the lesson, and we had some verses of the Quran as well. So inshallah, hopefully in the next session, we will start our lesson number 28. Yes, 27 or 28?
Yes, Ustad, it was 27, the last.
Okay,
lesson.
alhamdulillah,
It's
you
28.
remember. Okay. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
كثيرا أستاذ. عليكم السلام.
Alaikum assalam.